Manipulating humans into fighting each other. Sounds just like me, right? Do the same thing to Knightley and Blaze. True. At any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. The double was crushed by a monster. Was he though? Was he actually crushed by a monster head? I wonder if I can press this one. Because it 100% is this one. Allow me to propose a question. Was the body double really crushed beneath the monster's head? Because the rest weren't objectionable. For a genius prosecutor, you shall are quick to withdraw your previous statement. Were you the one who deduced that he was crushed by the monster's head to begin with? Yeah, I could have been wrong. Nothing wrong with being wrong. I certainly came to that conclusion once before. However, that was when we knew nothing of nothing else that was capable of crushing him to death. New? Why the past tense? It's not like there's anything else now, you know. The body double was crushed to death by the monster's head. That is an unshakable fact. Is there nothing else? Some decisive evidence that connects this man to the crushed president. How unsightly, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you stop this useless struggle? Besides, don't you already know who the culprit is? Remember? I don't like that one. For us. Certainly the one who caused the monster's head to fall was John, however. Even John himself admits to that. Well then, doesn't that settle everything? Good job, guys. Case closed. The one who killed the double was John Marsh, and since the police just happened to be here... No, not yet. There's still room for further investigation. Don't force yourself. Well, then tell me, what else is there to investigate? And if you can't, I want that kid arrested as soon as possible. You aren't going to overlook a crime, are you? Am I wrong? Mr. Edgeworth, what do we do? Is there really no hope left? Think. Mr. Keyes killed the body double. And the murder could only have occurred when the two met face to face. What he had with him at the time must be the real murder weapon. Does he intend to play innocent until the very end? I didn't think I would be able to just use it, though. The body's double cause of death was rather unique. He was crushed under the monster's head. And the killer would be John after all. Is there anything else that could have crushed the double? Something else that could have crushed the body double. Yeah. I was hoping he'd elaborate on this, but I guess I'll just present it instead. John was not the one who killed the body double. He was crushed by a monster. Quit clowning around, this isn't like you at all. Oh, I get it. Since John is supposed to understand the heart of a monster. The one who understands the heart of a monster is you. Not even I have monsters for friends, you know. Stop being so modest. Didn't you have one very important friend? A monster you control at will. Simon Keyes, you're the one who killed the body double. That's... the lying balloon. A monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. It suits you quite well, wouldn't you agree? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated John and the body double. Probably because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. After all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. The body double had already been murdered while he was on the roof. And the murder weapon was the balloon you were in. I see. Although it floats in the air, that balloon still weighs several hundred pounds. When the double threatened you on the rooftop, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself. And that plan was to crush him with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on or not, or that he was carrying a gun, none of that matters. Because what you carried in your balloon was the body double's corpse. Hold on a second, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying the double was killed on the rooftop 2 nights ago. Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death. What did you say? That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. The time of death was around 11 p.m. last night. Last night? That's right. The very night that Mozilla's head fell. Well, Johnny boy, come on. How about you telling us the truth? You killed your father, right? I know the feeling. You hated him, didn't you? Your father who left you all alone forever. You're wrong. I had no idea that guy was my dad. Not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself? Was my logic wrong? No, he just changed the time of death with, like, the fucking refrigeration. Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. My revenge was a success, all thanks to your logic. If only the time of death matched up, then my logic would fit. Perhaps he did something to throw off the time of death. And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? You even took down the culprit of the IS-7. Dane Gustavia. And the IS-7. That's it. Gustavia killed Dover and hid his body in a block of ice. Same thing, like father, like son. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected. That is correct. Same guy. It's a shame that I didn't get to witness his destruction. How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustavia your father, Simon? Shut up. I'm scared. I'm so scared Miss Rowland keeps asking me about that day. Daddy, help me. Why won't you come save me? Is it because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets? I couldn't care less. My father left me all alone. Even if we share the same blood, that man is not my father. I hate to say it, but like father, like son, you're the spitting image of him, Simon. The father you hated so much. Huh. What are you talking about? It must have been fate. By sheer coincidence, you just happened to use the exact same method your father did. To throw off the victim's time of death. We rescued him from a refrigerated warehouse near the harbor, pal. A refrigerated warehouse? Yes, I know. I threw off the time of death. How would I have done that? The answer lies where you hid the body double. The body of the body double. Whatever! This is where it was, the warehouse. Throwing off the time of death by freezing the body, along with John's kidnapping. Seems that everything is coming together. The kidnapping? Why are you going back to that? I don't know a thing about it. Don't forget, John was confined in a refrigerated warehouse. That's right. You kept the body double's corpse in that very same warehouse. 18 years ago, your father hid a body in the same way. What? My father, the one who abandoned me, did the same thing. Who would have guessed that both father and son would use the same method? Stop it! Don't lump me in with that guy. My father, I'm nothing like him. There's not a single connection between us. You may think so, but even now, your bond with Mr. Gustavia still remains. Didn't you say once before, I don't like sweets? That may have come from the shock of losing your father. Don't you think? You guys have no idea what you're saying. Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? Yep. Particularly your belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. And finally, your crimes were brought to light just as his were. Snapped. Just kidding. I don't know anything about that warehouse. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping, after all. In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it's clear that you partook in the kidnapping.
Objection.
How scary. Those who get involved with you will be charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence for the investigation and for the kidnapping. None at all. Or what? Are you gonna forge some evidence? Just like Blaze and the rest? I'll do nothing of the sort. Can't let him provoke me. You always say, I'll pursue the truth no matter what. Right? Don't you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. Lean. And that's why my revenge was necessary. None of you can catch me. Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you. Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there something? Anything we can do? Even though all my logic points to this man, I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Well, it's been a fun show, but it looks like it's time for the curtains to close. If you'd like, why don't you come to see my next performance? I'll let you if you admit defeat. Hold it, someone says. Gumshoe? Who was that? Oh, it was Gumshoe. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. Gummy, where'd you go? I was just doing the job that I'm able to do, pal. Detective Gumshoe, your report, please. I did a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse John was at. Oh, I hope it finds the fucking lion lily pollen. The refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Very Big Circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said. Oh, that's actually a pretty big connection. So it's finally here, our trump card. Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys. Huh. That must be some mistake. Maybe it has something to do with the circus. Yeah, like you. I see indeed we are not well informed of the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina! We're renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but I don't know much about that place. After all, I let Simon handle everything. Curse you! Ah, Simon, how scary. Ah, lovely. What a shame. It seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion would have fallen on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? Yep. Well, it's not like I can just have a body on hand. However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. A resident great thief and detective are both rather exemplary. What's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you're looking pale. It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Oh, please do tell. Isn't it obvious evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon? You can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist. The evidence. It exists. What do you say? Mr. Keys murdered the victim. Traces of the murder should still remain here. It's on this, right? Like, this bouquet is the traces of the murder that happened. I fucking believe so. Maybe. Oh, it's going to be in the other order. There's going to be traces of that pollen under the balloon. It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. Or it's inside it, where the bouquet was. The balloon again! Didn't you already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else there. It'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth is a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against. That's right, pal. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of more impossible situations than I can count. Miles, I believe in you too. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man watching over you believes in you as well. Miles Edgeworth, calm down and think. You're just one step away from the perfect proof. The body double was killed by the balloon. The proof lies in the traces left on the basket. Yes. Simon Keyes, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I'll see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled once and for all. Please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person. This is the final piece of evidence that proves your crimes. What traces were left on the balloon that crushed the victim? It has to be of the bouquet. It would be stuck on the other side of it. Because it would press against it. When John found the body, a bouquet of lion lilies was there as well. Lion lilies. The flowers from St. Father represents the bond between parent and child. That's your evidence? Surely they must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's not much of a bond, now is it? That language of flower stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly, you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence. What the heck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed. Ergo, they must have come into contact with the murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find this very same pollen was still stuck to the basket of the balloon. No way, no way, no way. You guys examined the basket just a few moments ago. If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then? Maybe. Mr. Keyes, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. What? Emma! Yes? Would you perform one more scientific investigation for us? Leave it to me. The balloon's basket, right? Trace elements. A reaction! It's clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower. What? Yeah, I mean, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's still not there. I'd say this proves that. Though I do like the just, magic. The body double's death was caused directly by your own hand. No, wait, that can't be I. You crushed the body double to death on the roof of the tower. Then you retrieved the body and hid it in the warehouse. Why did he have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Miss Crane's. Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans. Exactly. We would have been looking to see how you connect both of those murders. I see, but even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either. Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Mozilla's head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John? Gah. You made it look like the murder weapon was a fallen head. Such foul, cowardly behavior. For that reason, you carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it onto the film lot. At that time, the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope was captured in John's video recording. What the shit? Damn! It was all... You saw through it all? Damn it! Damn you! You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. However, it's now all come to an end. Simon, the animals have gotten angry. Even Money and Astique are... You never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad. Feed them to the animals. Damn it! Don't you look at me with those eyes! It's about time you went back to being a mere clown. In jail. A fitting end to your pitiful jester's act. Stay away! Stay away from me! Stop it! Please stop! Daddy, help me! I'm scared. I'm so scared. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Horace, why? Why did you stop me? If you hadn't done that, I mean, I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me. You gotta feel bad at least on some level. He's still a piece of shit for killing people, but... But that man, back then he saved me. The only one who helped me was Dogen. So I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stop it! Don't come any closer, stop! Ow! Getting his shit kicked in. Not you. Damn. Please, no more! On some level, I feel a little bad for him. He did have a shit child life. It doesn't excuse murder, but... Seems the game is finally over. Someone says. Ah, hey, there you go, Shelley. Shelley the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now, I'm free to... kill him. What? Drawing a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are and do not move. Oh, I don't have a gun. You do have a gun, do you not? You intended to draw and fire it without anyone noticing. He must have taken it from the body double when he killed him. Oh, fuck. This man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have had me kill the president while knowing full well he was the body double. Lying about a target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize an assassination. However, what is even more unforgivable is your deception and your attempt to manipulate me. The time has come for your retribution. Stop! What? You are. It has been far too long, Shelley. Please step aside. That man is my prey. I must ask that you spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison. What the fuck? And if I refuse, his is the first life I've saved. I will not allow you to be taken so easily. You've saved a life, the assassin Sir Hondogen. Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, am making a plea for this young one's life. He saved my life just as I have saved his. Before I knew it, I grew quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must ask that you spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another. Please make this allowance. I understand. If you are willing to go that far, you have my thanks. I am in your debt. No need for thanks. I'm just glad all these fucking assassins are here. I simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death with you. That is all. And with that, I must take my leave. Damn it, wait! Prosecutor Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then, it's time for me to return to my humble cage, surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Oh, look who's here. Hey, priest guy, you killed my dad, right? Indeed. I am not one to forget those who I've slain. I see, you must despise me, boy with horns. In that case... John! Do not panic, I simply lent the boy with horns my knife. Do it! Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. I've long grown weary of my wooden carvings. Revenge? Actually, you probably shouldn't do it because you'll go to jail. But, either way, it would be satisfying. John, don't do it. John, please, I beg of you. Until just now, I had intended to seek revenge, no matter how many years it took. Revenge. Revenge is good, really good. All your pain and suffering slips away. Everything becomes numb and you'll feel nothing. Yeah, you may be right. I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say. John! But the only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. Mature. My friends from the movies, too, and those who care about me as well. The boy with horns says some interesting things. That's right, I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mom and that prosecutor guy are here for? John. John, you just said some really profound stuff just now. Okay, perhaps you should study up a little more yourself. Stop it! Since so, well then, young one, it is time for us to depart. Oh, where to? To prison, of course. That place will be our home. Our home? Have fun in jail, dickwad. And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. However, there was still one last thing I had to do. Okay, get over here. Just what I would say. BSC meeting room. I'm getting my fucking badge back, bitch. At least I said. Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting. Why do you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here? Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have just come to a close. What are you talking about? This is the place where I once relinquished my prosecutor's badge. This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, you. A certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brightly in my eyes. Just as the image of my father fighting in court does. Gregory. However, this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. It is not mine. Mr. Edgeworth, I think I shall live as a prosecutor after all. I see. So you've made your decision. I'm sorry. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? It is. Okay, then that's the end of this conversation. Don't regret it, even if you beg me later. I won't let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, mind if I ask why you chose to live as a prosecutor? Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. To fight crimes as a prosecutor, to save people as a defense attorney. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? And after this case concluded, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor. Simon Keyes. He too was a victim. True. None of this would have happened had the stuff in the past been resolved. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. The feeling of losing what's important to you and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was some fucking loser. Mr. Keyes must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. And I suppose he never thought to seek help from the police. No way, no way! As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I want to save those like Simon. So, how would you save him? If the first case was resolved in a real way, none of this would have happened. I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if only he could have relied on the courts. That too. Well, if there was no hiding of evidence, the first case would have been solved. The second case would have been solved. But instead, he was cornered by Blaze DeBest, who used the power of the law for evil. The form of the law can change depending on who wields it. True. It can be at once a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law. Contradiction, huh? It's true. Sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right. True. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining the court system. Changing it from within. The one who could have saved Simon Keyes was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, a prosecutor. I shall face the contradiction of the law as a prosecutor. I see. That's just like you. But you know, it'll be tough. It won't be just a walk in the park. It'll be going up against the law itself. You do realize that, right? I do. However, someone must. Yep. Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. After all, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes were always saw only what laid straight ahead. Miles. When you choose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes look just like your father's. It looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could see you now. Thank you very much, Mr. Shields. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you. Please do. Based. Thank you. I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth. the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the goddess of law. Thank you. Yoink. And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived. That's great, sir. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I have to report to your old man all about the traitor in the Edgeworth family. Thank you for everything, truly. Kay's mine, fuck off. The next time we meet just might be in the courtroom. I hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all. I'll look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action. Take care. Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back. Judge Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well. To me. You sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle. No, it was not. For I was never alone. Because the goddess of law is always by your side, right? No, there's actually a bunch of people in there that really hated him. It made me realize that one could fight such a fight. The prosecutor's office, no, the entire legal world is caught up in this contradiction. If that cannot be set right, there is a truth that will never see the light of day. It is only through your help that I was able to find this new path, one that fights against the contradictions in the law. I too find that promising. As one in the service of the goddess of law, you shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow. Let us meet again in the courtroom. Yes. I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time I shall fulfill my duties as a judge perfectly. Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals. Prosecutor Edgeworth. However, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. But nevertheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It's difficult to say, but sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct. So a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, as long as it doesn't affect your judgment. Jesus. Prosecutor Edgeworth? When I pursued and fought against Blaise de Bass, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John! When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. No matter how painful things became, no matter how strong the foe. When I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Wrongs must be put right, for John's sake as well. John too lost his father in a past crime, but he didn't turn to revenge. That is more because he had someone around with him. That is more important to me than even the words of the goddess of law. I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words. Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. I don't have to be perfect, I just want to grow little by little, both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel. Seems there is much each of us has yet to learn. Agreed, we are still but children before the world. Let us grow in our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you as you follow your new path. Though I lost my position as a prosecutor, I have now reclaimed it, so that I may tread a new path as a prosecutor. I shall surely reach the truth waiting at the end of this path, no matter how difficult the path may be. If any seek to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy. No matter who they may be, I shall shout just one word. Yes! Hit him with it! King. What a fun story. I like Edgeworth. I like Kay. This is how it should be. Chief! What sort of scoop are you aiming for next? Hey, ain't you a journalist? There ain't nothing more important than information. You may be my apprentice, but you're still my business rival. I ain't gonna tell you everything. That's my mentor, all right. I reckon you're even more prepared than me. I understand I'll get my information using my own 2 feet. Yeah, that's the spirit. By the way, would you mind me asking what sort of scoop you're aiming for next? Huh, Chief? Ain't no need to be stingy. I'm your mentor after all. That's just heinous. That way. Hey, Shelley. It seems that the wound on my left arm has yet to heal. The bodyguard who inflicted this wound upon me. His is a name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a crepe salesman. For now I shall live in a calm life, until my services are required once more. Ah, Boxer Man. I might have been knocked out once by that prosecutor named Edgeworth. But I'll keep trying to escape. I won't let him dampen my fighting spirit. Ain't that right, Rocky? The gong that'll sound off my next escape will ring out soon enough. Until then, let's keep working out. But the way they tied in a lot of different cases was really interesting. Definitely different than how it normally is with these cases. Are you inquiring into my studies to become a pet groomer? I'm working as hard as ever. I spend every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave the prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. Huh? My sentence has been extended? Because I was Warden Roland's accomplice? Oh! Oh my god. Why do you think I've been giving a rat's ass about these stupid animals' well-being? The hell with the pet trimmer's license. Damn it! Suiting. God, there are so many different characters here. Christ. God, I want a K game, okay? That's what I want. Just her. Gina was really shocked by the truth about Simon, too. I mean, I trusted him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it. The show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magic or ventriloquist divisions. Put on the greatest performance ever, one that'll blow away this entire case. Sure. Whatever that means. It probably wasn't case. It's probably Circus. It seems I have grown soft in my old age, right, Anubis? Alright, boy. I think the life I lived on a whim 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I am confident in my confined in my humble cell once more. Well, this time, the child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore, right, boy? Today's dessert is chocolate cake. That's gently melting moment of allure. God, I wish it was her. I just want her. I shall come here every day, just so as you and Raymond did for me. Monsignor Shields, Prosecutor Edgeworth, I am truly grateful to them. I cannot believe I am able to eat your desserts once more, Monsignor Master. Oh, I have been allowed to distribute my treats in both the detention center and the prison. For the past 18 years, I have brought joy to one and all by my delicious sweets. She's so fucking hot. Christ. Yeah, see, thanks for everything, boys. Of course I owe Greggy my thanks too. After all, I get to stuff myself with Jeffy's delicious desserts once again. Oi, next time maybe I'll use some of Jeffrey's sweets to create a new drug. The tuck-in diet. You'll tuck in your stomach while you tuck into desserts. It'll be delicious and slimming. And also good for your health. Yeah, okay. Man, I'm glad I got to meet and sketch so many beauties. And Mandy caught a glimpse of my beauty sketches. She had a misunderstanding and clobbered me in the face with my sketchbook. So in exchange for my sketch of beauties, I had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life. Nah. Do I take the path of an artist, or do I follow the path of my heart? Oh, and by heart, I mean the heart of my new lady. That's how I am, though. Mood. Hey, Bad. You are bad. Mr. Bad, thanks for all your help today. I'll testify about the IS-7 as much as you need me to. Prosecutor Edgeworth seems to be pretty active, too. He chose not to take the same path as Gregory, but rather a different one. And well, I'm kind of sad that I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him. Looks like you've grown quite a bit yourself. I'm so happy Mr. Bat actually praised me. If you ever need a hand from attorney Raymond Shields, give me a call anytime, any place. Thank God, no old bag. No old bag. My crimes were punished far more lenient than I expected. Once it was proven that I had been threatened. Ow. No crime is more heavy or light than any other. I'm sorry, of course I regret what I did. However, I'm so glad I can still be together with you, Granny. Huh? You want to hurry back to work? Huh. That's right, the next corpse is waiting for us after all. Emma! And Cade, together. Give me! Yes! Give me. I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I rushed back here all the way from Europe. And now I have to leave again. You can stay on with me. That kind of takes the fire out of a girl, so you can, as you can imagine. That's also that I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then I guess it's time to go. Huh? If anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash you right over. Yeah, you can stay with me forever. Still have to talk to Courtney, John, Francisco, Gumshoe, Kay. God, there's so many people here. The greater the father, the greater their expectations are for their children. Prosecutor the best, was it? The way of life shall be tested henceforth, just as mine was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live a different life from his father chose as a prosecutor. I suppose this is an answer. That too is an answer. Here. Take this. Lang! I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Unlike me, the only thought about the Lang clan my old man was trying to protect an entire nation. But I swear to you, all that I will carry with me, even if the president was fake and the real one was murdered. Well, I mean, both died. I swear that I, together with my men, shall revive Zangfa. I will show you all what it is like. Something. Fuck. I went too fast. hey boys. Shouldn't he be in jail? Oh no, thank God. I've asked everyone to stop calling me the best. I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pop's power. I shall study even harder than before and triumph over Pops. I'll become strong enough that I won't even lose to Mr. Edgeworth. Now then, let's start by thinking up a new nickname. Fucking why? Oh, Pipsqueak over there, thinking he's the best. What has happened? Thankfully, the firm has a roaring success. The gossip articles about the murder have made our movie the talk of the country. A monstrous man appears with Muzilla. This is the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Zegpop. Jesus Christ, that was fast. Huh? Isn't that it? How could you have something like that? How did this happen? Much obliged. I wish those go slower. Fuck. It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role or anything. What are you saying? You played the key character who connects Muzilla and Gordy. There's no one else besides you who could have played that part. Yeah, I guess. Oh, well, it would be nice if there's a sequel. I really enjoyed working as an actor. Mom, before you head home, can we buy something? I'd like to decorate our home with a lion lily for Dad. Wholesome. Then one will not suffice, so you'll need two more. One for me and one for Amy. Oh yeah, she wanted some too. Thank you all. Thank you. Give me K! You bitch. Thank you. Go away, Gumshoe. Prosecutor's room. Fucking slow down now, Jesus. Well, we were really busy with all these cases, weren't we, sir? Yeah, a little bit. Indeed, we were. Why did all these incidences happen in such quick succession? I feel like things are always busy when I'm around. Wait, Kay, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes? Hey, Gummy, that was rude. I do get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief? I don't know. Oh, is that something on your mind, pal? How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father. You can chase after me now. So that I could become a great thief just like him. Or the previous great thief, I suppose. Watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think. Maybe instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either. Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child, after all. I'm gonna aim to be a hero in my own way. That sounds good. Of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna throw away the name of the great thief. No matter what sort of hero you become, Kay will always be Kay. Thanks, Gummy. And Gummy will always be Gummy. Of course, pal! I plan to keep pushing forward on my path of a detective, after all. Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continuing to work with you, sir. Yes, I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. You have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment. Oh, in a good way? What? What does that mean? What do I think it means? What's wrong? I'm saying that your salary ought to be raised. Really, sir? I can't believe it. Isn't that great, Gummy? First time ever. It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle. Calm down, I didn't say how much I'd raise it by. However, that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir, roger that. I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, that's nice. I want K. The path Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law and to reach the truth at the end of the road. What am I able to do? That is a question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly this path will not be easy. However, Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze the Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. It's John. When I have this cut out with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. When I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Your bond with your son is a secret to your strength, I imagine. Bonds, huh? I completely forgot. Now all of a sudden, what's wrong? I was searching for members for the new Yatagarasu team. Now that you mention, I do remember you saying something to that effect. But in the end, I wasn't even able to find a single person. Can you imagine a team combining their powers in order to steal the truth? I want to create an invincible team like that, but... Come here, Kay. What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way. Yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth. Come here, Kay. Hearing all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you are correct. Bring me Kay. Even until his last moments, my father ran along with his own path. I too shall advance along mine. Accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. I only need one. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forever without hesitation. Well, and Emma. If it was Kay and Emma, then that would be epic. On this new path as a prosecutor. Prosecutors and attorneys. The path I walk is not my father's. However, I'm certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destination is the same. I mean, it's just the two sides of the same coin. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. Big T. Thank you. Nice ending. The end. Nice meme. Feels good. Now where's more K? What's the next game that has her? I need her. I need her. God, I fucking wish. But I'll probably be going on to the next one. Oh god, the new trilogy, new, old, middle. I don't fucking know. Whichever the next set is, I'll be going on to that one, seeing how it goes, and you know, we'll go from there. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like the video. Comment down below which is your favorite game of the series, favorite case, favorite character, blah 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 blah. All those good things. Sub to the channel, obviously. I need it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.